Mr. Speaker.
Order, honorable senators.
Mr. Speaker,
let's hear the senator for Nairobi City Council.
I wanted to inform the senator from Nyamira that indeed I don't feel misled, because the initial promise, why we moved from NHIF, where people were paying almost the same amount irrespective of the income that you earn, to a graduated payment system, the promise made by none other than the head of state himself, and in fact I remember the words that he used, that harambes for raising hospital bills would be a thing of the past, because the medical scheme that we are going to put in is going to cover health care for all. And there was no rider. At that particular moment in time, nobody told us, Honorable Speaker, that it would be for 10% or a portion. That is the justification, Honorable Speaker, why my contribution moved from less than 1,000 to 33,000. And he was telling us that those of us who are able to pay more should do so, so that harambes are a thing of the past. Are Kenyans still holding harambes to fund Medicare? Yes, they are. Therefore, SHA is not working. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Now, honorable senators. Honorable senators. Honorable senators, we just to guide the House, sitting in Turkana County, we went through a set of laws that gave birth to SHA. And therefore, the matter of SHA is no longer based on a promise that was made somewhere. It is based in the law. So in that particular law that this House took part in passing, did you pass in that law that when someone checks into a hotel, or if someone becomes sick, or someone undergoes a certain procedure, and that certain, the bill comes, for example, $1 million, under that law, did you pass that the entire amount was supposed to be covered by SHA, or under the law you passed, it was a percentage of the total amount? I want to be referred to the law, not to a promise that was made somewhere.
Speaker, if you remember, and the answer can bear me witness, I am one of those people who opposed this particular legislation, Honorable Speaker. And there is something in law called obtaining by false promises and pretenses. Speaker, even as late as 2 weeks ago, the President was telling Kenyans that if you go to hospital and you are asked for money, you report that person to the nearest police station. So, on what law was he basing that promise? He must understand, Honorable Speaker, that when you speak from the office of the President, that is not a position. In fact, the law is that you are not allowed to give information that is misleading under the Public Officers Ethics Act. The question then we have to ask, Honorable Speaker, the promise that was made, the perception that has been created out there, whose problem is that? Personally, I voted against that law, and I brought amendments to that law on this particular floor, including one to cap the limits of the contribution. But they told us, no, increase your contributions so that those of us who do not have income are able to get free Medicare. That is how it was sold. If that has changed, Honorable Speaker, let us be told. But I know what I voted against on this floor. I know the amendments that I brought, and some of these hecklers here are the ones who voted for this law, and they are here telling us SHA is working.
Senator,
and people are dying in the states.
Order, honorable senators, order. Now, Senator for Nairobi City County, kindly withdraw the word heckler. A few minutes ago, the Senator for Nandi referred you to a heckler, and I refused that term to remain unanswered. Kindly proceed to withdraw.
Yes, Mr. Speaker, they say what's good for the goose is good for the gander. I will withdraw heckler and replace with heckling.
Very well. Now,